Let me double check. I'll quickly get it onto the screen for you guys so everyone can see it. But yes, we will be going into game 2 pretty soon. And we will have Artemis replacing him. Artemis being the sponsor of this event today. Now, Artemis has been part of the community in Age of Empires for a while. And we were very happy that she wanted to get another female event going, just to make sure that we can get the girls playing together. Now, a lot of the girls who are playing here, they are struggling a little bit with that ranked anxiety, or even tournament anxiety. So, yes. Oh my gosh, I do think...
We do have a script.
We do have the script, but there is a little bit of a problem here at the top. Now,
but I guess that's the one that the name we want pronounced, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why we have a ref, but I guess the ref will be removed and put a little bit later, very soon. Now, we will be analyzing exactly what happened with some of these players and allocate, just because of our first game shenanigans that we had. Because what we have to say to the ladies for the next round, guys, make sure that you are eliminating someone. Just go and take the fight. We'll quickly take a short break, and I want to make sure that we are gonna come back in and finish up the next round to determine who goes to the top 6. So see you guys in a bit. As we are heading into our next FFA, and honestly, guys, now we do have our sponsor of today's event, Artemis, who is part of this one now. And ladies and gentlemen, let's roll on in. So, Shukiii, take us in, sir. What are we expecting here?
Let's see. Well, first, I guess we're gonna have to have a look at the spawns, right? And it looks like we have a bit of a Monka already happening right there, with 2 TCs dropped right next to each other. With Tam and Artemis, actually. Ooh, and that King Oasis also. Looks like Oasis has seen that there's... Oof, and there's a blue one, another blue TC now popping up there. Yeah. Oh man, we're gonna have a fun start of the game there. I think these 3 or even maybe 4 players are probably steering a bit right now.
This is that...
Oh, if they're not steering yet, they're gonna steer very soon.
They're steering. We can see they're trying to move their direction. I feel like the best spawn out of all of these is... Oh, scene doesn't change, guys. Oopsie. Guys, hold on. I fixed it. It's football radio, guys. Yes, exactly, Clippy. It's football radio. Now, you guys can see the Clown Fiesta we were talking about. It's a bit of a Monka steer here. And it looks like Artemis got the best spawn out of these. She's also English. Keep that in mind.
And Oasis kind of smelled the steer there, and then she's just running away. She's like, nope, I want no part of this.
Probably the smartest move out of all of this.
Probably the thing to do. Because Tam there in the middle of everyone, I'm not sure, and it doesn't even look like she has gold, so I'm not sure what she's gonna do.
There's gold over here, which you could potentially see, but she doesn't have any vision on that just yet. She's desperately trying to get some vision with her king, trying to find an open spot, but Tamarin, she's now looking... Oh, no.
Oh, and that king... Oh, no, not the king, not the king.
If she loses the king...
Oh, the king is gonna survive. It's okay.
Now... Oasis, though, she is gonna snack on some big golds here if Tamarin doesn't scout this out with her desperate little king. But we also have Winter Snow here with Ottomans, which is gonna be quite hard to deal with. But let's focus on Rabbit Sweet yet again. This woman,
Rabbit Sweet.
She's on her own little island. There's nobody close to her.
She has the luck of the spawner today. But she's not alone this time, because Kathy is also doing quite good, and Kathy deserves it. Kathy, she's like alone down there, and the last game she had a bit of a rough time. So it's good for her that now luck has kind of turned, and she's got a better spawn.
Yeah, and I can honestly tell you guys that I would be very happy to be Mazaza here. The Japanese lifestyle is all about, having a safe amount of resources, being able to buff these TCs up, and she's got everything she needs. She's got the wood. There's a little bit of a lake here, but it's not really worth investing into, as we can see. I don't even know if there's going to be space for a dock.
I don't think she can drop. Yeah, I don't think she can drop a dock there.
It doesn't look like any of these. Oh, this one might be dockable at the top here.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, I think even for one fish, it's probably worth it if you can, right? Because it's still 3 villages, three fishing, you know. So I would probably do it if I was them, but.
Now, my question is who's going to be the first aggressor? Because the whole point of this was we want to see some early action. So are we going to see some early action today? Now, I think, yes, Tamarin is aggressive. This woman doesn't let herself get slowed down. However, she is a little bit slowed down by this gold situation of hers. I don't know if what she's going to do about that just yet.
Yeah, the gold situation is not looking too great for Tam right now. But hey, she's gonna have 3 spearmen, so you know, you never know. Maybe she can do a spear snipe.
Spear snipe. Spear all in.
Probably not.
Wins the snow. The lucky thing for Tamarin is it's early game, right? So we can be anywhere we want. I say that and I can see she is where she wants to be. I don't think this was the plan though.
Yeah, but I think that villager kind of derped and went to the wrong resource there. But she realizes, oh, maybe not.
Now, we do see the scout here of Rabbit Sweet seeing that there might be some shenanigans from a neighbor over here. But she might realize she's gone to be all alone yet again. This woman is just spawning with the best of alone spawns out there. And Nostromia picking on Abbasid yet again. So Nostromia does believe in this Abbasid choice very, very clearly.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, I think, you know, when you think about it, Abbasid is like a very good choice because of like they're really good in late game and they're really good at booming, right? But they only have 2 landmarks, which is pretty scary in an FFA. Because it's just so easy to get sniped, right?
Exactly. You fight against a few fire lances and it's over. But luckily, no fire lances in this game. We can see with the 2 English picks, you're definitely playing a civilization that people regard as a little bit stronger. Now, we do see the king opening here from the Oasis. Now, the question is, what is Artemis going to go for? Let's see how far she is from aging up. Is she aging up? Is she aging up? Oh, she is.
Oh.
Secretly. She does not want
that
someone to
That is a good move. Yeah, that's a pretty good move. Especially considering they're, you know, all 3 of them right there. I like that.
This means she's not going to get eliminated very quickly, if she can keep that king alive, of course. Now, we do see Cameron aging up. How?
I think that villager... No, yeah, I'm not sure, actually.
Tamron is...
Where did she get gold?
I
mean, she has 1 villager... Oh, no, look, she has a village... Yeah, right there.
She's cooking.
Sneaky Tam.
Yeah, she found her gold, though. And this is what she needed, right? Oh, my God. She is... Okay, she's not going to risk this. That's good. But, those sheep were almost very, very close to being impaled. Or sniped down.
That English TC, you don't want to get close to that right now. That is not going to be a good time.
Machine gun TC, as we know. Now,
perfectly balanced.
I can hear a Mongol mold here from my side. Now, on the HRE side, unfortunately, I love this. This is something that I really struggle doing, and that's placing my mill in an opportune position to get all my vills inspired, when it's not obvious where to place your mill, of course. So now with these deer, they're all going to be inspired. This is such a good help for her. She's going to be at Castle Age in no time. We can see here already at 500 food, and those villagers are going to drop this off in like 2 more drops. She's going to be ready to go to Castle.
And that's like 4 or 5 relics that are like not too far from her base, huh? So she could realistically... And there's no like OTD, no other HRE, so in theory, no one should really contest her for those relics.
What's really worrying me is the fact that Kathy is also very alone. Now, Kathy and Mazaza might bump heads a little bit, but we'll see if that's going to be the case between the 2 of them, because You don't want to poke any bears, especially knowing that there is someone else a little bit closer to you, and that someone else is Nostromia. She did go for Culture Wing, though, and instantly going for Preservation of Knowledge to get those technologies at a very, very cheap rate. Now, my question is, yeah, Fast Castle, that was my question, and I got my answer as well.
It's gonna be a bit late, though. The macro is a bit off for the Fast Castle.
Now, what does she go for in this case? Do we go for military?
And she's queuing a bunch of upgrades, so that's kind of weird, actually.
She just wanted them nice and cheap. I'm actually surprised as well, yeah. I wonder what she's gonna go for here. Is this gonna be... It can't be Trade Wing. You don't go Trade Wing in this case. But Eco Wing?
I guess you go Eco Wing, right? You kind of have to, because you want to get the relics, and then you want to get your TCs and farms going, I guess.
And Mizaza is going for the late game as well, saying, hey, I'm Japanese. I do get that passive gold anyway from my hero. What is those things called? Yoroshiros? So Yoroshiros.
I think.
Yes.
I'm also not much of a Japan enjoyer, so I'm not exactly sure.
Now, with
something like that, yes.
Cameron is in Age 2, but I want to point out to you guys that we still have one player in Age 1, and that's Winter Snow. Winter Snow is taking her sweet time to just keep chopping. Now, I'm a little bit worried here for anyone who crosses Mizaza's path, because she's got safe resources here, right? And the sandwich here is about to happen. You can quickly push your opponent off of wood. You can quickly push your opponent off of gold as well. But now it does look like Nostromia is ready to age up. And she does click... She clicked Eco Wing.
Yeah, I feel like Tam is probably kind of happy to not see the council hole popping up right next to her, right? Because that would have been quite scary. Like those longbows just spawning right in your base is not good.
Now, when I look at the situation down here for Rabbit Sweet, I'm just imagining how quickly she's gonna suck everything up.
Oh yeah, she's snacking.
Nostromia doesn't have all the resources ready to even go for relics right after she hits castle. We can see the wood is not really banked up yet, but she could go for a fast imp. And honestly, with this macro, I wouldn't be surprised. She's trying to safeguard one of these relics, possibly gonna do it with another one too. We'll see if that's the case. And the second TC from Artemis being all the way at the top here, which is also probably a pretty good position to put your king.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the king... I'm not sure what value you get from the king that in an FFA, right? Like, I feel like she could have probably gone like aggressive and done like council hole and tried to get an early kill. But yeah.
All of these players, again, out of their element a little bit, because this is... You get awarded for being aggressive here. Now, it doesn't look like Winter Snow is gonna have that opportunity just yet, because Meoasis is aggressive. And doing the thing English doesn't usually do. Horseman.
Ooh, that is kind of BM making horses of English, to be honest.
Yeah. They already have everything else for them, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, why do you need horses? You have everything else.
Now,
but yeah, I think, and Rabbit Tweet, I think, has already snacked on 3 relics.
Looks to be 2 right now, but there might be another one
on
the
there's
way.
there's one on the way.
And another one being picked up. Ooh.
And does she know about the one up north?
Let's go see. Not yet. Oh, she didn't even scout. And there's so many more on this map. See, now this is an FFA map.
Yeah, I think she's gonna end up with 5 relics or something. And I guess probably going straight, straight already putting down the Palace of Thar. In 12 minutes in an FFA, that seems like a very good timing.
And we know what follows up with that. We know exactly what Rabbit Sweet is going to do then, because she's got the stable, she's getting the blacksmith now, she's going for that one deep water fish. She got a taste of fish in the previous game, and she says, I want more. So that's exactly what we'll see.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Horsey Boys again, huh?
It's gonna be Horsey Boy. Oh, and it's gonna be these longbows that are just so annoying to deal with. But the problem is, your army can get sandwiched. And this is one of those that you need to remember. English is weakest when their army is separated. So this could be one of those instances.
Yeah, definitely, but yeah, I think Rabbit Sweet is again the one that's looking the best right now, huh?
She is going to be drowning in a little bit of food. Luckily, this can sustain 3 ships, so she'll be okay. She's got that extra little bit of food income, even if she does get idled. And she's going to be an Imperial. The moment she hits Imperial, she's probably going to get Tithe Bonds to go with that. And with all those relics, that's going to be very sweet. Now, what I'm expecting here, I really hope for her to go and keep scouting, because getting the rest of these relics could change the game so much.
Yeah, if she can get those 2 relics of and there's also a neutral market there, right? So potentially there could even be a trade.
If you're an HRE trading, then
Yeah,
you've
that's
got
also
everything.
kind of BM. That's
Yeah,
also
exactly,
kind of BM.
exactly. You can't do that. You already have everything. Calm down. Now, the first knight being queued up, which is going to be a little bit of a destruction, and it does look like it's rallied downwards. Now, the question is, does that mean Kathy is about to get cancelled?
How many TCs is Artemis putting down right now? That's 4
God.
TCs?
Yep, she's on 4 TC English. The thing is, if they leave her to boom, that's gonna be great. But I don't know if they're gonna give her that opportunity. Tamrin is looking aggressive because, again, nobody has died here. So this is still that opportunity to score that 1 point and make it into the next round.
Yeah, and you get the bonus point for your closest opponent, right? So it could be 3 points right away. But that king is kind of far away. Oh, what? Oh my god!
Artemis!
Oh no!
No,
oh
Artemis!
no!
No!
Oh no! No! Oh! That is crazy. That is really good game sense from Nostromia. That's kind of sad for Artemis. She had like 4 TC.
Artemis just got eliminated by putting her king out here. It's her first game in, and it's her first game out, just like that. No time
and
for
now
recovery.
Tam is like, wait, what? What happened?
He's like, hey, I was about to kill you. She's running around thinking, okay, maybe I need to find the king. Where did this all go down? The kings get pinged by Rabbit Sweet. Rabbit Sweet realizing, okay.
And now she realized, she's like, whoa, I'm chilling.
My opponent's already fighting, thinking that they're fighting, but now the question is Winter Snow going to be able to hold this? Meow Ace is also still in Feudal Age, but this is quite aggressive from them. Now, the next, keeping in mind that only 6 people are going into the next FFA, so Artemis is out. Now, based on the people that got eliminated last game, we're going to allow the next person to go through. These are going to be the people who actually survive a little bit more and give us the action we need here. So, Meoasis and Mizaza, both of them got eliminated quite early last game. So, this is going to be quite important for them to just put a little bit of presence on the map. But yeah, no, I see Artemis in chat. Artemis, it was a short route in, but at least you shined like a little star with your 4 TCs until death.
It looks like Nostromo is attacking Misaza right now in the south too.
Nostromia? Nostromia just isn't looking at slowing down.
She's out for blood. Nostromo is, she does not want this to be an hour-long game.
And Nostromia had enough from last game. She just felt... Okay, and she realized, hey, maybe I should put a little bit of presence on the map. The problem is this TC isn't upgraded, and she hasn't cancelled any of the queue. Mizaza...
I think Mizaza is not gonna make it. I'm not sure how she survived this.
This looks to be a Mizaza elimination, and I don't know if there's anything that's gonna hold her together, because Nostromia knows exactly what she needs to aim for. The king comes out, king goes back in, the king is out again!
Will
not be able to make it out of that. And Mizaza goes down next. The king goes down to another beautiful kill by Nostromia.
Damn, and Nostromia going, she's starting off very, very strong, huh? Showing why she won the last one. Huh?
She has been the strongest female player that we've had in the league. And I can see why.
Yeah, she's a bit of a terror. I don't want to play FFA with her, that's for sure.
At this game, Rapid Suite is kind of just chilling here, right? This is now that instance where you get you slow it down a little bit, but you realize I can't slow it down too much because now, keeping in mind that these also go straight towards the final round, so you want to gather as much points as you can in these early rounds too.
Oh wait, and Winter Snow went down too. We missed that.
Winter Snow?
Yeah.
Who took
Yeah,
her
I get,
out?
probably
The
the Oasis. Yeah, I'm guessing the
Oasis,
Oasis. Probably.
girl. Dirty
But
though. Cameron's just confused.
Yeah, now the problem is I'm kind of scared for Tamarin because I feel like Nostromo is gonna go snack. Especially because Tamarin is, I think, attacking Nostromia right now.
So let's go see
I
if
think I
she's
see
actually...
some blue.
No,
Oh no,
that was
okay,
just
okay,
desperate
those were
Tamarin
just
villagers.
bills.
It feels so funny because I feel like Tamarin on both sides, she was in trouble, and now she's kind of got the map.
Yeah, she kind of got saved by everybody else.
They're like, hey, we'll give you some time to recuperate, but I don't think Nostromia is going to give her that time. The problem is now, who does the Nostromia attack next? And does Tamarin go from Isis? I feel like this is the only instance where Tamarin has the opportunity to kill someone, because it doesn't look like she's going to kill Nostromia.
But she doesn't see what we see, right? So for us, it's easy to say, but it seems like the right thing to do right now would be for her to just go straight from the Oasis.
Now the Horseman from English trying to get a little bit map presence as well. Okay, and it seems to be Tamarin who took out Winter Snow. It just looked like it was the Isis. Yeah.
Okay, Tamarin, let's go.
Now, we do hear another age up from the Oasis. Now, I'm wondering what she goes for here. I think in this case, you don't go for the DC, of course. You're already...
Yeah, you probably want to go white
there
tower.
we go.
Yeah.
Defending herself. But the problem is, this doesn't feel like a white tower that's protecting much. I feel like a white tower here could protect your golds for a little bit longer, because now Tamarin can just come from the top.
Yeah, that's true, huh? Yeah, that white tower is not the greatest, feels.
It will protect the farms, though, so she will have a little bit of
It's still a white tower, though.
Yeah.
It's still a broken building.
Yeah. It can fire all the way into the enemy base.
Yes.
Now, I would imagine English just getting map control easily. But I don't know if Tamarin's going to allow it. Tamarin needs to be a little bit aggressive now. She needs to find a way to get out of her base. And I think she's a little bit scared to do so. Let's really look at her resources right now.
I would be scared if I was her too. And wait, we have Rabbit Sweet that's also looking to attack Kathy down there, it looks.
She's looking at it, but at the same time, Nostromia knows who her strongest opponent is.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know if Rabbit Sweet has... Oof. She just goes straight for the prize.
Just like Nostromia yet again. They know what they want to
kill. But Nostromia is coming. Nostromia is coming on the other side. So I hope her Rabbit Sweet's king is safe there, because...
The king might be safe, but I think she's going to do quite a bit of damage. The thing is, if she does get this kill, this is going to put her in a pretty good spot. Kathy, though, she has survived up until this point. So this does mean that Kathy will have a little bit of a dominance and go into the next round anyway. We're going to be doing the...
TC hop.
Yeah, great TC hop, yeah. It does survive a little bit longer. That does give some time for Nostromia to do some damage.
But where is Rabbit Sweet's king, actually?
Rabbit Sweet's king? Oh... Right here, baby girl.
Oh, okay.
And a TC surrounded by an outpost without any emplacements. So this outpost, it might look scary with a relic inside, but it's not doing much.
Yeah,
so,
it's another scarecrow outpost.
The thing is,
no boom.
She's got the resources. If she gets a bombard emplacement here, it's going to be so good for her. The king is out again.
Aye.
Where's the king?
Cassie doing her best trying to survive, but... Yeah...
She does get sniped by Rabbit Sweet, the scariest woman in the land.
The fastest killer in the West.
And now these units from Nostromia are just taking no damage. And I'm wondering if there's +1 arrow. There are no +1 arrows. So
and it's kind of scary, because her army is out of position now. So it's a bit scary for her.
The problem is she does have emergency repairs though, so the king should
Oh,
stay
that's
alive for
true.
a little bit longer.
That's true. Emergency repairs.
Now, you sound so salty when you talk about emergency repairs. My
No, absolutely
goodness.
not.
Now, this tower might go... Oof, it might be in trouble. And I don't know what you want to emergency repair in this case, because you want to emergency repair the TC, and they stopped attacking this tower, so the tower will survive. And this might actually be quite a significant loss for Nostromia, because now we see Rapid Sweet's score is jumping. And I know score doesn't tell the full story, but HRE's survivability definitely does.
Ooh, that sweet Wololo. Nope.
Does not make it out. The TC also surviving, but for now, and it's taking 44 seconds more. Rabbit Sweet is going to be in a lot of danger here. She needs to get more units out to
Yeah,
shut
that's
this
kind of
down.
scary. Because Nostromia has range too, so she could potentially snipe the king, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if Rabbit Sweet has better army, but it looks like Rabbit Sweet is gonna hold. Yeah.
Now, these guys are cleaning up a little bit, but keep in mind, Rabbit Sweet... Oof, I'm glad she held though. Finally. The woman did the thing. She held. She held against the scary monster of Nostromia. Nostromia, look at all these TCs. Nostromia, come on, girl. Yeah.
TCs and farms, just the sweet Abbasid life.
There's nothing that you need more in this case. Now, Meowis is behind this. She's also just booming. And I feel like Tamarin also not really sure what she wants out of this. Such an expensive loss if it does go down. Yes, losing a Mangonel. That's exactly what Nostromia is looking for. But keeping in mind, this is probably the only chance that the other players have to boom up and do some damage. But they're very passive. They're sitting their bases waiting for better days while all the action is happening on the rest of the map.
I feel like Tam at some point is gonna head for Meowis' base, but it looks like we're gonna have two 1v1s, right?
It does look like it, but
oh,
we
but
say
Tam
that
is going for the backstab. Okay, okay.
When your opponent has 4 TCs, you're okay with that, right? You can lose a few vills, and you're already at that position where you've got enough vills, but it's Imperial now. So those Ghulams are going to be a lot more feisty. And we do need a replacement tower here as soon as possible with some emplacements, because they're going to be in danger. Wood Chapel doesn't have a prelate either.
Yeah, looks like Tam walked back with her Sipais there.
Yeah, it's because she has some pressure here.
Yeah.
You know, Aces and Tamarin both... Yeah, both...
So indeed, looks like we're going to get two 1v1s. And then we'll see what happens.
Exactly. And this is probably going to be the hardest part to survive here. The Spring Alts trying to do damage, but you don't want to put the Spring Alts forward. Tamarin's army a little bit scary here. Should be able to clean this up pretty easily.
Those Sipais look like they should be able to snack on that army pretty hard. I mean, there is Men-at-Arms. There is Men-at-Arms, so...
Yeah, but these Men-at-Arms, they do pretty well initially, but Tamarin's army needs to be here to help. You need to clamp up, but at the same time, here we see Nostromia losing some units, but getting some okay trades for now. You don't want to be losing these hand cannoneers this early on, because they are quite expensive.
Oh yeah, for sure. And the gold is all in the middle, right? So whoever controls the middle is gonna be the one that's gonna be able to push, I guess.
The 300 pop player, yeah, no, Nostromia is our 300 pop player. We don't have any other worries in this land just yet, but unfortunately, I think now the HRE boom has begun. And just like that, the HRE keeps are starting to tell a story, and the story is, you cannot come into my base. Good luck, Nostromia. These two know that the people to beat are one another.
Yeah, both of these are looking pretty scary, and they're pretty close score-wise. So really not sure who's gonna win this one. Because HRE is like living their best life with all these relics, but Nostromia has more pop, right? So
Now, I don't think Tamron knows how to close this out just yet, but the thing is, she's Ottomans, right? And she's getting back to that max pop. The problem is, you want to open up some pop to get those big, great bombards. And right now, that's just not an option, because she's nowhere, she's not getting close to losing any army either, so that she can make some population space. But the Imperial Age is coming pretty soon. So once you have those great bombards, you do have a little bit of pressure, but with the population space that you're competing against, it's going to be quite hard. And you most likely want to fight English before they get the chance to fight you.
Yeah, and her gold situation is also not looking too great for Tam.
Gold situation.
I mean, well, she does have plenty in the bank, but where is she gonna get the next gold? Like...
Yeah, I don't think she realizes the rest of the map. No. She has a very limited vision here. She knows that there is some trouble over here and some trouble over here. But outside her base, she doesn't know anything about the trouble.
These are the dark lands of trouble. We don't want to go there.
Now, the army getting slightly ready. Tamron maybe aging up behind this. Getting that Istanbul Observatory and a lot of stables to surround it. And we do have...
boys.
It's going to be a Sipahi destruction. I absolutely love these Sipahis in Imperial Age. They are just so powerful. And I'm really excited to see what she's going to be able to do. And if she's going to be able to do that type of surround that we saw in the previous game. But there's still action going here in the middle. We see Rabbit Sweet and Ostromia still fighting it out.
Yeah, I feel like these ones are gonna have a long fight there, because they're both doing pretty good, right? So it's gonna be hard to break.
Now,
but these camels are coming, and the camel and spear, that's a really good army for Abbasid late game.
And Abbasid's army being at 88 right now, this is going to be tough to beat, but especially with this very little army we see here from Rabbit Sweet. She's been focused solely on her eco behind all this as well. And falling back on the idea that, hey, I'm HRE, I can just chill and live my best life at the back here. Now, the camels here doing a lot of work to just secure, not allowing this wall up. I wonder if this counts as a full wall.
I don't think it does, right?
So, this is a question we have for Relic. Relic?
No, it probably doesn't. It probably doesn't.
And a very interesting strategy here, getting the Karak. Karaks are just so good at dealing with the ground army as well. Oh, unless you get...
Yeah, but it can be hard if the pawn is so small like this. Ay.
The spearmen do a lot of damage here, but the Karak survives. And now the Karak will be able to heal up and keep fighting from here. So the Sacred Site
thought it would do more damage.
Now what we're gonna be...
thought though.
Yeah, the Karak I thought would actually make this army completely explode.
Yeah, I thought it would do better than that.
The military just getting lower and lower here from Rabbit Sweet. It doesn't feel like she is producing as much as she can, because we see the floating of the resources right now. And this is starting to get scarier and scarier, and we do have a culverin here to take care of that ship. So this is not going to be the easy game that she thought before. The hand cannoneers doing amazing damage to this Karak as well, and it looks like Rabbit Sweet's days are counted. Or counted?
Yeah, looks like Nostromo is taking the upper hand right now, huh?
Nostromo...
But there's still a bunch of HRE towers. HRE towers are scary.
You are very biased against HRE.
No, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, lots of... Wait. We have action.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, this is looking like it's going to be a cleanup for Tamron. She does have H4. Miasis does have also have H4, but I don't think the upgrades are in just yet. Elite Janissaries. Oh, wait. Elite Men-at-Arms on here as well.
Sipahis.
Oh, never mind. They're both fully upgraded. They're pretty good. But the Janissaries, we know. Janissaries don't take any trouble. They're just going to clean up everything in their path.
Yeah, it does feel like, Sipahi Janissary is obviously a really good comp, but it seems like Oasis is making the right comp against it, right?
No, it does. What is the right comp against Janissaries? Just longbows?
I mean, yeah, I guess you want, right? You want at least what you don't want to do is make a horsey boys, right?
Yeah, of course.
And so she has the spears, which are not taking any bonus damage from anything right now, so that's pretty good. And a bunch of range.
Ooh, these guys just being able to get snacked through, and bombards are now arriving, so they should actually be able to do something here. But look at this chapel, it is still so empty. These villagers are feeling very uninspired about their economy. And Nostromia is looking for the win right here.
Looks like Nostromia is going for the kill.
We do have one great bombard on the field though, so the game might be over.
GG. Everybody stops. Great bombard is out.
Give me 1 second. I was busy changing a setting and then we just went all the way off of screen, guys. Apologies, our observer is slightly drunk. Rabbit Sweet tapping out. She's had enough. The king is about to go down here as well. Nostromia knows what she needs to look for and she gets it. Rabbit Sweet moving on to the next round, but we'll see what Tamarin and our purple
Nostromia
champion
are really looking commanding, you know, with her performance the last game, and then now again, she looks like our favorite, huh?
Nostromia just getting ready and teaching the rest of us Whamens how to play and get ready for the Outback Octagon. Now, a lot of us, our female players, or not a lot, but 3 of us got invited to the Outback Octagon, which means that you're going to be seeing some of these female players playing over there in the other side. But I don't think Tamarin is going to have a good time here because Nostromia is about to turn north.
I think Nostromia is going to roll over both of them in no time.
Oh, and she's making more production buildings. She does not need to wait. Nostromia at 284 pop now, 350 with that extra king kill. She's ready to max up and just push out. These two are going to be fighting their small fight, and then all of a sudden, everything will be dead.
Yep. I think she's just going to roll over both of them very quick.
Nostromia even being here in front of Tamarin's base for the gold. Tamarin, I don't think she realizes how tough this is about to be because she just didn't have that vision. Nostromia, she knows that there's some English shenanigans happening up here. She knows about the shenanigans over here, and she is very aware that she's got a lot of kills in the bag.
And she clicks the kings and the king ability. So now she's going for it. Ay, Tam.
Now Tam, just minding her own business, thinking about, hey, I do want to push. She's like, hey, you cannot get gold here. Excuse me, miss. That is not allowed. And
that
as
is my
she's
only
saying
gold.
that, she's like, actually, I don't need that gold. I'll just come for the rest of your base. The bombard's at the ready. Probably going to focus these down pretty quickly, but we see the keep with the great bombard emplacement. Should be able to.
Yeah, those great bombard emplacements are really, really good, huh?
They are definitely.
But still.
Gonna make this harder. Oh, but this around again, and the bombard's firing at it. Apparently 3 bombards do pretty well against this.
And now Tam is steering. She's like, no.
And she loses everything. Falling apart.
That was quick. That was a very fast kill. And I think Oasis is probably like, well,
I guess I'm next.
Yeah.
Nostromia doing a 100% clean sweep of the players today. She's just going straight for the kill. On to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, like... Rabbit Sweet got 1 kill, right? So I guess Nostromia is gonna get all the other kills.
I think at this point, to get first place, Nostromia is probably pretty sorted. Rabbit now just has to cling on to the second one. But now, guys, this is starting to be a little bit harder. Now these guys are gonna get attacked a little bit by that Berkshire. Berkshire doing good damage, but the bombards are gonna get into position and blow this thing up.
Yeah, but those camels have so much health.
They do take quite a punch though.
Yeah,
240 of HP as you said, but bombards getting into position. Slowly, Spearmen trying to clean up. Bombards trying their best. The great bombard didn't even get 1 shot off today.
Oh, that is kind of sad.
Yeah.
That is kind of sad.
Oh, looking at these springals, they're just trying to get a shot off, but there's a stone wall in front of them. They don't shoot through stone walls. Right now, they need to run back and get out quickly, but Meoasis is about to get sniped by those bombards. She's holding on for dear life. Ostromia just breaking through everything.
That is a scary, scary, scary army. Oh, but that Randy, the Randy could be... Ah, yeah, no, Randy gets clapped by those hand cannoneers.
They're really trying their best. This bombard trying to target fire something, but he's going down next. These archers don't care. The poor Berkshire trying his best, but the army just never stops. The one bombard trying his best to also bring this thing down, but it's going to be a very slow push. So he realizes, well, okay, we need to chill for a little bit. They're going to try to break open here because there's no Berkshire over there.
Yeah, but look at that line of units that's coming across the map.
Hello, boys. We're coming to the fight.
That is a lot of units.
Nostromia ending this game technically with 450 population. She's just going for that snipe. She realizes I can actually just kill everything in my wake.
I don't even care about your army. You can shoot. I don't care.
I wonder if she's going for the elimination here. It seems to be the case.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. The villagers, everyone falling on the ground. Everybody hit the floor. On the ground, down. White Tower doesn't have boiling oil, doesn't have anything. It just has a very commanding presence. So Shukiii, this is how you deal with a White Tower, by the way. You just attack it.
You just have 450 pop. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, just have 450 pop, get a few bombards. King is next, and just like that, Nostromia takes another one. Absolutely
Damn, Nostromia.
Dominating.
Yeah, that was a very dominating performance in both games, huh?
Yeah, no, this was a little bit of a distraction, as once they would say. Now, we did have some non-action from some players, and now I did get words from our admin after calculating the points who will be going through, and I'll show you guys that on a screen pretty soon. But let's quickly roll back to our beautiful faces. Shukiii, thank you for joining me for the cast. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. It was super fun to be there and see everything. Those were really good games. They're full of action, so that was quite a good time.
When are you starting your streaming career?
Don't know. That is a lot of pressure.
Shukiii looks pretty Chad. Berlin, I know. What can we say? And thank you for the sub, Berlin. Emmanuel, thank you very much as well. No, Shukiii, honestly, he's an inspiration to all of us. He's a Belgian Chad at arms who plays Mongols only.
I don't play Mongols only, okay? I just happen to
play it against me.
Play them a lot.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. We're just gonna get our next cast is set up, and then we'll be right here. So see you guys in about 5 minutes.
Bye.
Sounds good.
Hello, everyone. We are joined here by this side. Go.
I am Artemis. Hello. Thank you so much, Whamen, for having me. It is very exciting to be here to get to cast the final game of today, the final free for all. You know, I love free for alls.
Really?
I know. But think about it. In the last game, I really deserved it, right? If you're gonna go 4 town centers as English, someone should punish you, you know?
Definitely. I did feel I was a little bit greedy by you. Yeah. The king.
Hey, you gotta play it high risk, high reward sometimes, you know? When you're in a crowded neighborhood, for example, you know, you just wanna, you know, you can't have any broken windows out, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, you definitely, we actually thought the booming would be more boomy. So we thought that there might be some explosions coming from the English later on. We thought you were in a pretty good position. And I just felt like you kind of forgot about the king, which is understandable. I forget about mine all the time. That's also why I do not play FFAs and why I think I'm going to get my ass clapped in the Outback Octagon.
One king is enough to manage. Like, see, when you're English, then you make a second king. It's like, oh man, now I've got too many. Got 2 hotkeys. Whew. Oh man.
What rank are you at currently, by the way?
I've been grinding my way up to platinum actually. So been working on it, been hitting the keyboard gym a little bit, if you will. But I mostly get in that gold player mindset a lot of the time, which does make free for alls a lot of fun. The randomness, the variation in the maps, and so that's why I said I enjoy them so much.
So when you mean the gold player mindset, do you mean that you're like a fruit fly? Oh, in this case, just a normal fly or mosquito, that when they see the keep, you just like, oh, keep, I have to attack. And then you go straight for the keep every time.
Right.
Okay, so that's it.
It's about you just got to keep the king safe. I'm just moving him into the corner. I was just being a corner girl, kind of hiding out. I was trying not to poke the bear of Nostromia, right? Our incredible player who's been sweeping through the lobbies. And so we're going to be watching with high expectations, but that also puts a lot of pressure on you, right? You've been playing really well to go into the last game.
So Nostromia definitely, and guys, we will be heading in and we'll talk a little bit more about these players as well. Some of these you will be seeing tomorrow as well in our 1v1s. Our 1v1s are a little bit more stacked. We have a lot of the familiar names for tomorrow. So be ready. They are here. They're ready. They're just not FFA players on a Saturday, because Saturdays are apparently social days. Socialize. What?
I think right. Going outside, touching grass. But I think a lot of players really like the 1v1 format, and we've seen a lot of diversity of players and play styles today, which has been fun. But tomorrow we'll see a lot more, a lot of standard gameplay. And honestly, between the two of us, I think we really know all the players.
Oh, between the two of us, I really hope so, because I must say, I'm a little bit bad when it comes to learning all the histories and such, especially of the new players. I know Meoisis is probably one of the newer players on the block as well. She also streams. I don't know if she's live right now, but she's been grinding her way through the ranks as well. And honestly, with a where is Meoisis? Let's go see. The king running up here. It looks like she's looking for a safe position. She doesn't want to get clapped like the previous ones. Nostromia is confident, yeah. So Meoisis, I gave her a little bit of coaching the other day because I feel like she had a lot of low-hanging fruit. So a lot of easy things to improve on. So, yeah, Meoisis is definitely the new girl on the block, but she's definitely growing very, very quickly.
She has a challenging start, it looks like, having to replace the town center. Or no, she didn't replace the town center, but she's in a crowded neighborhood. She's walking her king up. I am worried about her proximity to Misaza, right? I know that they're both English, so they both have the TC bonus, but being around, I almost prefer... I was going to say I prefer Misaza's position, but when I think about where Meoisis is, she has much better access to wood, which is just really important early on as English. So if they get into it in the feudal age, Misaza actually could be in some trouble.
Yeah, this is going to be quite a tough problem for you to be in. The moment you sit here when you have the wood being this your only wood, you're really going to struggle, and English shines with those longbows. But on the other side, Winter Snow right next to deer. And we know how the deer bounty has changed. She's just going to eat these and be a very happy girl. Now, for the rest of these, we do see Rabbit Sweet a little bit closer to Nostromia. And this is what I like to see. I want these two to fight it out. This is what we deserve. This is what we've been waiting for all day. So, now, let's see if Tam's water spawn, though, will stay hers, because Nostromia has eyes on it as well.
Yeah, we need to talk about this this pond here, because Tam has what I would consider to be honestly an incredible position if she can win water. But we know that Nostromia is a very strong player and is likely going to scout out that that water is there, that she can, you know, that she needs to kick Tam off of it. She could take advantage of the water, but she is going to have our HRE player to deal with. And if our HRE player is putting a lot of pressure on Nostramia, that could give Tam a real opportunity to, you know, use the fish to just get into Castle Age, get Spahi up, or you know, really make a lot of those food-heavy cavalry, right, that Ottomans want to make.
Yeah, when you're playing as HRE, you of course want to have some leeway to get going. But Rabbit Sweet has been showing her skills in terms of just ensuring she gets to fast castle. Now, when you spawn next to Abbasid, if they go for Eco Wing, you're probably, or even Culture Wing, you're probably going to be okay going for a fast castle. But if you are going to let this player boom, it's going to be much harder. Now, the pressure needs to come from Rabbit Sweet for Tamarin to be able to survive on here for a while. Because the problem is, they're not just going to shut down these fishing ships. They're also going to be able to shut down a large part of this wood line with a few ships as well. And even if you place a ship here, if you don't rally your TC properly, you could start sniping villages too.
That's true. She does have an alternative wood line. Oh, just a scout getting attacked there. But she does have an alternative wood line, and then I do see a big gold in the back as well, and deer. So she, even if she's pushed off of those resources, if unless Nostramia can actually get into her base, she's going to be safe, and so she's gonna. You know, I think it really is going to depend on our HRE player, just like you said. When do we get that pressure? Do we see it early, or, you know, are we gonna see a fast castle where we allow Nostramia to boom? Because I think Nostramia will want to fast castle, but you know, not necessarily just like on one town center.
Now, when I'm looking at an HRE position like this, I always think that if you're putting this next to a trade site, it's just blocking most of your chapel. But it does include all your gold, so you're pretty much fine for that. But late game, this is not the chapel you want to be dealing with. So I would love if this could mean for us that we get a little bit of early action. We don't need to wait to Imperial to see some of the shenanigans, but with the amount of units that she has on gold, we're getting a fast castle. She's not looking at making this a feudal game at all. Nostramia will be in for a fast castle, HRE right next to a base, and hopefully the Men-at-Arms don't just run right through her.
Hopefully, we see her scout. I see her scouting out that that eastern side of the map where there's a lot of space. I wonder if she'll look to expand in that direction, which would keep her relatively safe and, you know, possibly allow Nostramia to direct her aggression elsewhere. I'm also seeing where winter is spawning next to a lot of rich resources, and I think she is in a good position to be left alone, actually, for a while, and may really have a great opportunity to get into this game in a really powerful position. She has a lot of terrain that could help her naturally defend her area, as well as just great access to resources while her opponents are all going to be locked fighting.
Now, getting that advantage is important in most FFAs when you're all about securing that win at the end. But this is what makes this so much extra spicy. The majority of your points come from killing people. So, I think that when we're looking at these players, we need to keep in mind that they know that, especially Rabbit Sweet and Nostramia. They have been an absolute force to reckon with. They have been so aggressive. Culture Wing does get clicked up, which means that our Castle Age is going to be much, much cheaper for her. So we did see her doing this earlier as well, where she got her Preservation of Knowledge and just wanted to get all the upgrades as quickly as possible. But I think this might be risky, especially when spawning next to Rabbit Sweet. So let's go see what Tamarin is planning about the water, though. We don't see the... Oh, I was going to say we don't see the age up, but the age up is going in the corner, so she can actually use this to properly trade. Because this is not a bad trade.
Well, that's an incredible trade route, actually, if she were able to pull that off later in the game, especially. That is probably 128. I mean, just a lot of trade. We are gonna see, once we see this fast castle come up, we're gonna see those two relics probably get nabbed almost immediately. And then also that Sacred Site gold. So I think this could really be a challenge. Oh, okay, we're gonna see a Burgrave. It's Nostromia could be in some serious trouble if we just start seeing the Men-at-Arms spam come out. I think I think our red player is going to put themselves in a great position. You made a really good point about how most of the points come from killing kings, and what you got to do, Whamen, is you got to pop your king out, right, and use that treason ability. That's one of the best things about fast castling is you can just learn where everyone is really quickly. And one thing that we've seen some of our better players be aware of is where those kings are and where they can snipe them. And so you made that point about Winter Snow being farther away, but I think that if they have the game sense, they could always swoop in and, steal a kill from someone who's already been damaged. But we'll see if that actually happens as this Burgrave comes online. Nostromia is definitely going to know now, okay, I'm going to be dealing with Men-at-Arms. Let's see what she does to react to that. I imagine she'll need to just click up to castle and just go crossbows and spears.
The problem is, I don't think she knows this is a burger, because the burger is not the obvious choice here. Let's quickly see what she sees. Because from her side, she might just be thinking, hey, this is just, I need to win my water battle. She's still focused on this. And now, all of a sudden, while Tamarin is busy freaking out, because what am I going to do about my water? This is cooking in the backline. The only reason I think she's actually okay for now is because this burger hasn't been pumping constantly. She didn't have the food backup ready for all these Men-at-Arms to come out, but she doesn't know just yet. It's all still a mystery. We see the
that's such a good point. Looking at her view, I thought she'd be able to see it, but you're right. She's totally distracted on water. Demo coming in. Decent hit.
Oh, but she does lose one of those springles and one of the ones that she had. And we see now the Men-at-Arms building this. Oh, this is going to be such a hard one. The thing is, we have +1 defense, and we now have siege engineering. So this is going to mean a lot of aggression. And behind this, there's no age up in sight yet. There's a few units.
Yeah, it's just been scouted, and then she's making horsemen, which is going to slow down your age up, right? She's thinking, okay, I'm gonna have to respond to this aggression. Let's see what happens here. The ram is starting to roll. I think you are gonna get your wish, and we're gonna see this these Men-at-Arms come in right now.
They are taking quite a bit of damage though, because they only have +1, right? So they still need to get that +2, but at this point, it looks like everything is popping out. King accidentally popping out.
But villagers getting pulled I wonder if she's going to pop in and out just to keep them as healthy as possible. Ram is going to go down. Yeah, it just doesn't seem like our red player has the numbers of Men-at-Arms, but they are pumping now. Ooh, it's starting to get kind of dicey. I don't think Tam knows what's going on, because I think if she did, she'd be trying to retake her water.
You might notice that this is slowing down a little bit, gets one Springald ship in the queue, and slowly the water will be given back to her. As we see now, these Men-at-Arms are just living their best life here, and these Men-at-Arms chasing down a few stray villagers that are running to safety. The thing is, this TC is not firing that hard. Oh, and we see Lunchknecht being mixed in. That's when you know it's starting to get even more dicey. Now, this TC taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, it is taking a lot of damage. The Stromia can run, but she can't relocate her landmarks. If the red player can just keep her in the second age and just keep taking down this town center, we are gonna. Oh, King is out. King is out. Vills are moving. Let's see. No, she's not gonna relocate. I thought she might try to take her king somewhere, but like I said, she can't. She's Abbasid, and that's the limitation. That's the trade-off that you have to pick in a free-for-all situation. Maybe getting a little bit distracted, just trying to continue to harass those, or worry about her vills that are spread across the map now. She has relocated some all the way to the west, some on the wood line below, but that just means her screen is just flashing with all of these red pings as the Men-at-Arms are ravaging her eco, and they continue to burn the town center. This is a very uncomfortable position. I wonder if we will see another player get... Okay, so we have Winter in the Castle Age. What I would love to see Winter do is to hit the treason button and learn the status of the kings, but it looks like she's just gonna be up there booming. Okay, another ram coming down.
Oh, we hear an English king going down. Oh, the White Tower gets denied for now. For now. Oh, and another king goes down. Little bit of action.
That sound scared me. It was just the English king.
Yeah, sometimes it's just so scary to think, oh, someone's getting eliminated, but no. These Men-at-Arms are having a little bit of tunnel vision, but the villagers do go down. Nostromia's not ready to give this up just yet, though. She's trying to get these villagers to do something. These camels are kiting and trying to attack, but the problem is there's nothing slowing down Rabbit Sweet, and she is out for blood. She realizes, if I want to win this, I need to take down the strongest player, and the player who has the most points right now.
Yeah, and she's doing a good... Oh, the denial on the White Tower. I wonder if she lost those resources. That can be so challenging to recover from. No, it looks like she does have the resources to go up to the castle. So she is placing the White Tower. Misaza is... She's going to be bringing the Holtable, but like predicted, Meow Oasis is on the pressure here.
Yeah, this is now that great problem of being in this stance where your villagers are idle.
Just a base?
Oh, sorry. I think there was a little bit of a Discord delay there. So, welcome back, Discord. No, this is a very interesting problem to have right now. You have your White Tower, sure, but it's not protecting anything. You don't have a safe wood line. As we said before, there's no safe wood, and we can see here there's two little straight trees, and even if she tries to run through here, it's going to be spotted. So I feel like Ms. Zaza's time is running out. It's tick-tick-tock. Ms. Zaza's clock is running low, because this is not going to be able to produce anything. She's going to need a trebuchet to try and get this down, but look at this eco behind all of this. Meowase is just drowning in farms. She's soon going to have such a good economy. Just pump out units and even take down this White Tower that may be giving her some bad vibes.
It's challenging to find the wood for a trebuchet when you're chopping the stealth forest. Right now, Nostromia really doing her best to stay in this game. I believe her king is still inside of the main town center there, her landmark town center, which is almost down to these Men-at-Arms. The red player doing exactly what they need to do, identifying the biggest threat in the game, and then, you know, taking the fact that they started right next to each other, turning it right to her advantage. Really impressive play right here. And I think it's just, like you said, Nostromia was not ready. She was distracted, thinking, oh my gosh, I need to secure this beautiful, glorious water pond. But, you know, the Burger Palace is formidable.
The burger does do a good job if given the right pump, and it has been given the right amount of food to just pump out units constantly. We can see these villagers falling like flies one by one. The TC about to plop down, and Tamron slowly starting to get her water back.
Are we going to see the king try to escape and run away? A little bit of a last-ditch effort from Nostromia.
A villager trying desperately to save the TC, but was not strong enough. And at the top here, things are still heating up, but now the TC is about to burn down. And the king popping out on the other side, realizing,
king is out.
I'm dead. I can imagine there was a big sigh of relief from a lot of these women when they saw Nostromia's name getting crossed out.
And they see that, and they also, and now they know the biggest threat in the game for sure is definitely the red player who, right, they see that little ping, they see that plus 50 pop, but will they Where will Red go next? Are they going to go and attack Tam? Are they going to, take their sights up north? Are they just going to grab all the relics? We shall see. And I really would like to know. I would love to see Winter just try to come in and snipe one of these kings. It's like you said. Those are where your points come from in this game format. And so, being aware of what's happening is a really big part of this, but she's just sitting back. She looks very comfortable on those resources.
We see even the Mizaza being a little bit aggressive. She's like, I'm not dealing with these horse archers, please. Get out.
Citizen army. I approve.
I have enough trouble, guys. Get out. The villagers desperately getting out. The trebuchet, as we said earlier, the only thing that could keep this thing back. But it's a little bit too late. The king taking a lot of damage from this white tower, though. But the trebuchet should be able to get taken down. Mizaza getting, I don't know, destroyed.
Absolutely.
From every angle.
You hate to see it, but she tried to send those vills out to go sneakily grab some more resources. That was not going to work for her. She just went the wrong direction. She should have gone to the east, but instead she ran into Winter's area. Now Red looking to try to poke Tam a little bit. I wonder if Red's going to try to get onto water as we see the white tower go down. The king is inside. King is out now for Misaza. Going to be running to the town center, but it is... her days are numbered.
When you drop below 1,000 points, that's when you know things are starting to get a little bit hard. And we know that Rabbit Sweet has already decided on her next victim. Her next victim right here, just living her best life. And about to go down to a lot of spicy horses. Oh, actually, no. These things are going to destroy the spicy horses. And you can see the dog was about to get
demo.
The demo plays.
Wow, that was an incredible demo. And now we're gonna see just what she sends a trickle of Men-at-Arms. She doesn't reveal the whole. Oh, she does. There she is. She's moving in. She is gonna go straight for the prize. All those Men-at-Arms are gonna go and start burning the town center. What is Tam gonna do? Is she gonna pull to the villagers? She is pulling vills to try to repair. Are we gonna see the king run?
Meow-Aces gets a kill though. Meow-Aces finally getting on that scoreboard, but this TC is not firing hard enough. Yes, sure, we have +1, but these Men-at-Arms, they have +2. They're barely taking a little hit at this thing.
And there's really nothing that can counter the Men-at-Arms. They're not doing a lot of damage. The town center's not doing enough damage. There are enough Men-at-Arms to just kill those villagers. It's not enough repairing ability. The king is gonna get popped out, and if she doesn't pop the king out, he's gonna get popped out right in the middle of the Men-at-Arms.
Oh, this is gonna be such a destruction. The Men-at-Arms gonna be ready for this to surround. They're surrounding, and they are destroying. And we are now left with 3.
Doing an incredible job, but Meow-Aces is going to turn her attention south. So we have we have 300 pop for a red player. Meow-Aces has 250, right? And Winter has 200, I believe.
Yeah, Winter, I believe, Winter is on no kills. She's just chilling in our base. She's not even close to 200. She's still living her best life back here. But now Meow-Aces being English and all, she should quickly be able to reach it here. But now Rabbit Sweet, she is gonna go Imperial most likely out of this. Because, actually she's not. She says, nah, I got this. Let me go kill everyone else and call it a day. And that's exactly what we're going to be seeing here. Oh, damn. Thank you for the raid,
she's not worried about going Imperial. She wants to stay ahead of her opponents in army. She knows that she can be ahead in population. Now, this is what needs to happen. If you play a lot of free-for-alls, you definitely need to kind of be keeping track in your head of who has a lot of population, and we need... Winter and Meow-Aces need to Diplo or die. they need to diplo together. They need to talk. There needs to be conversation that says, hey, we have someone in here with enough pop to roll us over. But that does not look like it is going to happen at all. Instead, we are going to see a battle come out as Winter starts to make make her presence known on this map to Meowasis. And at the same time, we've got Red just kind of, well, menacingly waiting.
Oof, getting
building
around.
rams. All while Meowasis and Winter take a fight against each other. This is going to become a very challenging situation for Meowasis as soon as she realizes what Red is about to do. I don't think she sees. I'm sure she's tunnel visioned on this fight right now with Winter.
Now, when you're getting pressured on one side, especially when you are not Conqueror, or even, I would say, even Conk once, we don't realize this. This is just a very tough thing to notice. You're like, oh, I'm safe in my base. Let me build a wall. It's all good. She's building a wall, but she doesn't realize that there's something about to come knocking. And it's waiting. Hello.
The ram has gone for the one area that's already walled, though. So that is something that she has on her side, which is time, if she notices, which I think that she does because she is pulling more vills and has a break from Winter's pressure. So it's possible that they, either by communicating with each other or not, have decided to do a little non-aggression. As I say that, and Meowasis might be moving their army west, even as this ram is knocking on their door. Walls are going up, though.
And this is just a singular ram. It's going to take a lot of hits to take down, so she does have time to plan. But I honestly don't think there's anything she can plan to deal with this properly, because we're getting to a very chunky HRE army. Maybe a Berkshire, but at the same time, her army is moving the other way, and it's about to run into Winter Snow's army. You cannot lose this now. This Baskaya Tower is also going to take care of a lot of these units. Instantly having that bombard emplacement.
Oh, and at the same time, now we see the Men-at-Arms rolling in. The wall has gone down. Spearmen are being created, but all of the crossbows are near the Spetskaya. It's just, it's mostly spears and longbows here with just a few, a handful of crossbows, not enough to stop 50 Men-at-Arms, and Meowasis is going to head home. Winter, I doubt knows what's happening. She's probably just thinking, oh, look, I'm winning the fight. But I think I see her king inside the main town. Meowasis is king inside of her main town center. I don't think she's relocated it to the White Tower yet. Which does mean she'll have the opportunity to do a little king hopping. She can hop it from one TC to the other TC into the White Tower.
Wow.
But again, it's a dicey situation.
Rabbit Sweet is looking for the kill here, though. She knows Nostrami is so far in the lead with points. She needs to make something happen. And this is the only way she can do it. So, I don't know if this is worth it, though. She's losing a lot of men-at-arms to all these crossbows, and the villagers are even firing at them as well.
Yeah, this is going to be a hold from Meowasis, even if it puts her in a challenging situation. You know, this could be their, you know, Meowasis or Winter's only opportunity really to they might even have an army advantage right now, despite the disparity in population. So this could be their chance. I'm hoping that they're talking. I don't know, but I'd like to think that maybe they're able to communicate, but it doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure that no teaming was allowed here. So this would have to be an understanding in the big brain to make sure that, hey, we should probably focus down this very, very scary player. But keep in mind,
Right.
now I think
Sorry,
Rabbit Sweet is so far ahead in points. I don't think Meowasis is going to be able to catch up in points to this. So her only choice is to try and fight for that third place. So I'm expecting Meowasis to try and utilize that well. And that's exactly what we're going to be seeing out here, to try and maybe get another point, or give someone else a point, or not give someone a point that can catch up to her. So ideally, in a very ideal world, she would rather die to Rabbit Sweet than she would to Winter Snow. Because that is a point for Winter Snow. And a point for Winter Snow brings her closer to Meow-Aces' score as well.
I see. So that's some big brain tournament thinking there to make sure that you land in the highest place possible. Thinking about who you want to die to. I was going to ask you this: if you are Winter or Meow-Aces, and I think I know their answer, but I want to know yours. Do you go and just try to snipe one of the other for the 50 population instead of trying to work together? Now, I know you talked about how there's not teaming, but we are talking about keeping a player in check who has a runaway population, right? Which I think is a little bit different than just teaming together. But maybe they have the idea that they're like, okay, I'll just go and kill this player, get the 50 population, and then I'll have a much better chance. And that could be what Meow-Aces is imagining is going to happen right now, but I do not think Winter's going to let that happen. That is going to be a very formidable defense, and right now they are just going to be grinding their armies against each other, allowing Red to take the pond, maybe even trade. I don't see trade coming out, but you know, obviously Age 4 has come in, so there's they are going to be extremely formidable when they re-enter the battlefield.
Now, if I were them, I would also, if I was Meow-Aces, I would try to kill the Rus, because this feels like the only opportunity I have to score those points. I know I'm not going to be able to fight against Rabbit Sweet. She is way too good. She probably has everything set up. She has all the relics. She's living a very good life, because at this point, I don't know if she has a burger. She's probably on a cathedral with 3-4 relics, according to my mind. So I would just try and get as many points as possible. And I know that there's one weakness of most players, and that's controlling your army. So if you decide, hey, we're going to go and try control this Rabbit Sweet lady with our two armies, we're going to end up attacking each other the whole time. It's so difficult not to attack the wrong person, because you just a move and you lose everything, or your teammate in that case loses everything. So it's a really tough thing to control, and it might sound easy, but I've played enough FFAs to know that that is usually a very big problem for us.
You make a very good point, and the recent change to the Springald certainly does not help when you're accidentally attacking your allies' trebuchets and whatnot, because they no longer need to unpack, right, in order to fire. So it can lead to that. Now, as you say that, there's a lot of surface area that Red has that could be attacked, right? So you can imagine these players attacking from different angles, but you know, that's highly speculative and not what is happening at all in this game. What we are seeing is what you just said, which is an attempt from Meow-Aces to just try to kill the Rus player to get those points, get as many points as they can. We actually I see a Red army moving west. So we could see a change in tactic from our Red player, who might decide, you know what, maybe I'm not going to push Meow-Aces. Maybe I am going to... Oh, they spotted a couple of vills here that they can clean up.
Now, I don't think cleaning up these vills is going to be the most influential, and especially not killing a Rus dock, because as we know, Rus ships don't actually need to go and drop off. So killing these docks doesn't really change anything, but I think Rabbit Sweet is just looking for an easy target. Like we said before, she needs to get as many points as possible. So for her, the most important is not getting a Sacred Site win or anything like that. It is purely to get kills, because if she can get kills, she'll get the points for winning, and she'll get the points for eliminating people. So she does shut down these fishing ships as well. The Kara comes out and will get control of that tiny lake already, even though she's drowning in food here at the bottom.
Yeah, the dock she just couldn't resist killing, but I think, so she obviously knows the positions of all the kings, and so I think we're going to see those men-at-arms wrap around and then try to hit Winter from the west. Is what I speculate will happen next, and then we're going to see a Winter sandwich if that happens. Will she be able to hold the way that Meow-Aces was, actually? I'm not sure. We do see the Palisades going down. That's a lot of mangonels coming in.
With this amount of Siege, you're really gonna struggle shutting this down. And keeping in mind, Meoasis just did something that I'm very proud of her for doing. And that's not trying to fight into the Spasskaya. She's like, okay, this is not gonna give me anything. I might as well just go the other way. But at the same time, it feels like a Rabbit Suite has a similar idea, just not executed at exactly the same time.
Yeah, these players are, they're, you know, taking turns fighting. They're not fighting at the same time. I wonder what Red's resources look like. I bet they're just insane.
Red is probably drowning. No, not drowning, actually.
No.
Because she didn't go for the, what is that? The other one. The printer. She didn't go for the printer. She went for the Elsbach. Because the Elsbach is just going to allow her to capture the sacred sites, keep a base safe, and instead went for extra TC, so the population explosion wasn't there like it was in the previous games.
Right. So she's, yeah, she's only on 211 population, and here we were talking about how she has 300 available, but she doesn't have the houses for it, and isn't utilizing it right now, which I think is a pretty big mistake on her part, right, actually. I mean, I still think that she'll be able to take this game just because Meoasis is, you know, really tearing through Winter's base right now. But not taking advantage of that population when you have the docks, the town centers, the, you know, military production buildings to produce it. It seems like a little bit of a questionable decision to me, but maybe she's distracted, walling everywhere.
Walling everywhere, getting control of the map. Oh, no, definitely. See, I think this is one of those instances where you don't want to over-invest. You don't really know, okay, should I make more villages? And her going for 3 TC, probably a really good choice to just catch up with that usual Swabia production. So now she is going to be able to get there, but by the time she gets there, it's going to be time for the final fight. Although, I think she's going to be happy with the final fight at any point, because she's just that far ahead. We now see that extra house being plopped down to get to the 300, so it might not be too far off just yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Regardless of the upgrades or whatever, right? What is it? You know, quantity has a quality all its own, and you know, our red player certainly has the map control, has the very large, dare I say, Whamen palisades all the way across the map. And now we are going to see hand cannons move out. 43 hand cannons. That's no joke. That's enough to one-shot a lot of siege. That's and it is headed right towards Winter's base, and Winter is already being pressured pretty heavily. I wonder if she's aware of that or not. If she's popped treason to know that she's under attack and she's going for the vulnerable player, or if it's just a guess.
I'm just surprised Meoasis hasn't actually gone up to Imperial, but we can see here she's being baited by the keep that doesn't have a king in it. So I'm wondering where she moved that king to just bring it to safety. Oh, the king is being moved.
It's out. King's being moved.
Oh no, the king is being moved to a place you don't want it to move. Unfortunately, she doesn't know.
She knows now. She still doesn't.
She hasn't attacked anything. That's the most important. Rabbit Suite hasn't touched the building. There was no alarm going off. She doesn't realize this is about to happen. Now she realizes I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble here. I'm in trouble there. Where do I go?
So if you're Meoasis right now and you're trying to think of this long game, where do you put your Berkshire? Do you stay?
Honestly, I don't think there's anywhere she can put it where she comes out ahead here. We see, oh, by the way, look at this. The trade, the multi-trade.
Oh my.
She's going to utilize that pop space. She was listening. She was like, oh, actually, that's a very good point. Now,
yeah.
I don't know. I think I would put the Berkshire where I can get the king kill. So if I know that my opponent is going to run their whole army possibly into my... Yeah, I would probably put it over here as well. Just to secure a little bit of resources and clear up the army that will kill me in a few moments. Because this is the only time I have to kill it. And keeps being targeted with hand cannoneers. They're trying their best.
They are doing it Semi-impressive job. Well, there's the ram in there as well, but oh, King is on the move. King is on the move, but the Sveskai is not done yet. Oh, it is done. It is done enough for the King to pop inside.
That was so close. I think if Winter Snow was very lucky to not die in that moment. Rabbit's Feet could have just right-clicked with those hand cannoneers, but calling it another day. King is migrating. Oh, the villagers desperately keeping this thing up.
So sometimes when your opponent's just popped trees and it's on cooldown. So she's like, okay, I have a minute to move maybe, but she's gonna be running right into Oasis's walls. What do you do? Where can the King go? There's probably nowhere to run.
But the problem is now Oasis is so focused on this army, she doesn't realize that the King was out for sniping. And she's gonna snipe her. The King goes down to Oasis. Oasis getting the kill. Just trying to survive.
And Oasis is behind, but that does give them if they gives them the slight chance. Okay. We have a Wingard Palace. Didn't expect that.
I didn't know those existed. That's very nice.
I also see if this new unit that's being produced, these Wingard Raiders, are going to come out as well.
Now, those
I think they're called.
Those are good. They're footmen. Yeah, I also don't know the name. Don't worry. It's all good. The thing is, they don't do that well against HRE because HRE does have men-at-arms with maces, but honestly, they're gonna probably be the best answer. Next patch, I think we'll have a little bit of a funner situation with the rangers having some extra range as well. So these guys are definitely very strong. They're much, much better than a man-at-arm, but I don't know if they're gonna be enough to take down someone like Rabbit Sweet. Rabbit Sweet, right now, she's in a very good position. We can see she's at 300 pop. I don't know if it's because she doesn't realize she's at 350. Girl, you can build a... She is at 350, right? Was she at 300?
She took out
Cameron?
Tam and Nostromia, and then... So now they're even on pop because Oasis took out... Misaza and Winter, so they should both be on
300.
I think
and I don't think she realizes, hey, I need more houses. I have that extra population space. She might realize it soon enough. So this one, 300 being the max, we have a 300 against 300, but keeping in mind, we have I would say a Kong 2 player against someone who's now plat. So this is now a 1v1 and it's a very heavy face-off, but it's English, right? Everybody always says English is great. So,
but it's also HRE, which is very formidable. But like you said, not utilizing some of those bonuses, i.e. the relic landmark. But in any case, here comes the battle. We're gonna see the anti-siege come in. The hand cannons are shredding through those men-at-arms of our English player, and I do not think Oasis has enough to take this fight, just like you said. The concave coming in, the siege is going to get sniped. Things looking very, very good for our red player.
The thing is, it went better for Oasis than I expected. Now, these Culverins are really good, and especially because she doesn't have any units that can actually handle them, she's just relying on a very slow army. Cancels this keep that she planned to drop as well, but this is now a full army that's gone. She lost almost 100 pop here. And we can see now these footmen are not great against the hand cannons. You would want to go for your rangers, because if you are playing against hand cannons, you need range, and that's why it's in their name. Rangers have lots of range. So let's see if she makes the switch. She does not. She's like, hey, I want the footman and I want it now.
And and the other thing is like you talked about the rangers, right, or the being very similar to the longbows in the fact that they can outrange the hand cannons, but you have to micro that in order to make it work. And when you have the composition that our red player has, where you have a little bit of a little bit of cavalry that can run in, it can be very challenging to handle that micro. especially when you talk about the rank disparity. And again, Red doing exactly what they need to do to maximize the points in this game. They are not taking sacred sites. They are not considering any other kind of victory other than probably just going for the king. I think they're securing those resource nodes. They're kind of they know it's just a 1v1 and they can settle in for the long game. When you're English, you want to kind of have the more brain dead counter to the big ball of to the big ball of hand cannons. You're thinking of mangonels, but of course the culverins from HRE can shut that down, and you do not get culverins as English. So that's that can lead to a challenging engagement here.
The question is,
Ace is gonna nope out.
What do you do against that then? Since you don't have culverins, what is the answer to culverins? Is it going to be horsemen? But horsemen is going to get shred by anything HRE puts in front of your base. So, I guess I have no idea. But with this Whamengt, you are able to make the rangers. But, like you said, micro. Now, these guys are going to try to flank. And this is probably the best chance, but I don't think this is going to be enough.
The flank is the best chance, utilizing the reinforcement lines, but I don't know if Meoasis has the production, right? At this point, I think, in order to fight against this effectively, you need 50 or 30 barracks, right, that are able to continuously just pump out spearmen so that you can wear down your opponent. But as we see, Red is going to start the timer on those sacred sites, just going to say, hey, I am going to make you come to me and wait this out. Going to feel comfortable parking in front of Meoasis's base, and there is not going to be too much she can do as she's running out of safe wood lines, and will soon.
And the problem is, now she's going to slowly start to get to the back of the base. And it looks like Meoasis is trying to put on a fight. Now, Meoasis did kill 2 people this game. And sure, Rabbit Sweet did as well. But Rabbit Sweet wants extra points. She needs extra points. So she is going to quickly try to get to that king, snipe it down, and secure those extra points for winning the game. So let's see if she is going to be able to break this through English. There's no Berkshire here, so it does make it a lot easier to get through. So the villagers being in a very strange position out here, far away from protection, but that's what you were given. Safe farms at the back here would have been a very nice touch, but I don't think the HRE army cares about that anyway.
Yeah, and there are not going to be, stone walls around the landmark or anything like that. Not that it would matter. There are bombards coming in. That is a giant mass of hand cannons. The farms are being idled. That's, those enclosure farms are where her gold is coming from. It is not looking good, especially as Red has those horsemen running around the back. Hand cannons just moving into the base, gonna chew through the buildings one at a time. Rabbit gonna feel very comfortable just kind of moving into the back of the base, and there we see more attacks on the farmers. Meoasis did really well this game, though. I think we do need to say that, and performed a lot better than expected, and did get up to this point, the same number of kills as our Red player. They don't look as dominant on the map, but they played really well. And
when you're outmatched rank-wise, I think it's already so intimidating. Oasis showed she does not get intimidated by this at all. She is doing a phenomenal job at putting down the pressure and just trying to stay in the game for as long as possible. Now, there are so many small things that she could work on that's going to make it so good for her. And I really am glad to see her growing as a player so quickly. Now, this is, again, when I watched her stream, I think she was barely gold. She is fantastically just showing she's able to put pressure, she can back off. But we can see Rabbit Sweet being Rabbit Sweet. She's been one of the top female gamers out there. She's played with the best of the best in the world. She is really just a force to be handled, and knocking out Nostromia was the best call for her. So we will be seeing this final push come out, unless there's a nuclear bomb. Oh wait, that's StarCraft. that will not be able to hit this base anytime soon. Even putting down a keep between all these sets of farms.
Yeah, this is, you know, you don't want to tap out now. This is a painful moment for Meoasis, but I don't see anything sneaky being planned. I don't see a snipe coming through. I'm seeing more of a traditional base defense as the, you know, kind of army starts to just trickle in. But, you know, that is not going to do anything against this massive ball of hand cannons. And we see more and more keeps and towers going up. You know,
It's
excellent job from both of our players. But when you're sitting on, you know, when you've got half the map walled off, it's just tough to compete with. And that early lead,
and she's not giving up though. She's like, you're gonna work for this king, girl.
Yeah, like you're gonna get. The king is like, we'll fight in the streets. We'll fight.
Now, this is finally gonna be the closing out moments that we see here from Rabbit Suite, and this will take us into our final game with again the same 6 that we see from this game to try and determine who will be the FFA champion. Now, I'm hoping we can see the scores pretty soon. We'll find that out in a moment to see what we're looking at. But first, let's go back to our beautiful faces. And guys, or girls, ladies, women, and Twitch chatters who are all Conqueror players. I'm glad we all survived that game, because that was a destruction, as they would say. Now,
absolutely.
How do you feel about the usual state of, how do we say? The usual state of FFAs. Do you enjoy playing FFAs, or are they tough for you as well?
I love free-for-alls. I'm an absolute free-for-all enjoyer, just because the potential for doing fun and crazy things is very high. As a admittedly not like the most competitive player, I like the randomness, right? You know, that you can have a good start, you can try to migrate, you can go for snipes. There are things that you can do in a free-for-all domination match, like going for those king kills, that can really flip the balance on its head, where it's not as straightforward, right? Because you can imagine, what if Meoasis had tried to go for the snipe, right? I think it would have been challenging. It would have been hard, right? Our red player was really well set up, but you can imagine these other situations where, you know, you can do sneaky things. You can you could place your other landmark, right? And as Drongo would say, right, cockroach your way over off to the other side of the map, as some of these players will learn to do in the Octagon, right?
And the Octagon is exactly what we're trying to prepare for. I think now the girls that you're seeing here today, they are not the Octagon players that will be showing up, but tomorrow you will be seeing me. Oh, I will be casting, unfortunately. Lyra and Pepino Pig, who are both going to be playing in the Outback Octagon very soon in the 1v1 event. Now, Artemis, the boys, or the men in the tournament, have said that we are going to be the easy kills. How would you, and the easy points, how would you try to make this as hard as possible for them?
You know, I'm not sure what the rules are exactly against teaming, but I know that if I was called an easy kill, it may be easy to imagine a non-aggression pact forming. I also enjoy the playstyle in free-for-alls where you can just do things that are very, very annoying. Wall, you know, you can, you know, coming up with crazy walls, putting towers in positions, you know, not allowing your opponents to get on pocket resources, preventing people from booming. And so we could see some of these players, kind of like we saw today, going for the bigger names, right? You know, Red did exactly what they needed to do. They identified the biggest challenger to them in the game, right? And attacked them immediately. So I think that we actually could see aggression from some of these players in order to counter, you know, that language. And hey, I know firsthand this applies to Age of Empires just as much as the real world. Hubris is sometimes our downfall, right? So I don't know if the boys should be so cocky.
Oh yeah, my goal in the Outback Octagon is to just kill a player every game. And I want to kill them in feudal. Now, that's what makes this a little bit different. Every FFA tournament there is, people change the rules a little bit to see how can we force people to be aggressive. Because it's always been quite hard to force people to be aggressive. Most people just want to sit in their base and do a little bit of this, make a farm, see how things go, let the others fight it out, build a wonder in the back, a beastie. So it does become a little bit harder for most people to get there. But I want to point you guys to the board here of score. And that is now giving you exactly where we are today. Nostromia being very safe here at the top, 19 points. Rabbit Sweet at 12.5. Meoasis at 2 and Tam at 1. So now Mizaza and Winter, they most likely need to do a little bit of work to get onto this scoreboard. So they're still having that ability to catch up to those two at the bottom. But right now, Rabbit Sweet and Nostromia, they're out to fight. So, yeah, that's basically our situation at the moment.
I hate to encourage this degree of metagaming, but I wonder if Rabbit Sweet can catch up, or if there are enough points in the match, because there's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players.
There should be, because if you let me just, so first blood, if she gets first blood and she gets closest elimination, that's going to be 3 points. Then if she eliminates a player, that's 4 points, and there's a few players. Okay, so that's another point. So 4, 5, if she eliminates 3 players, also the first 3, that's 5 points already. And she gets then she can get 2 more points. So yes, if she wins the game, she gets 7 points with the kills.
So we would need a repeat performance from Rabbit Sweet.
Exactly.
In order to secure the victory.
Exactly.
All right. I'm glad that we have established that, because that makes it a lot more competitive. And we know that they are capable of it because we just saw them do it. Okay, so this is very exciting. So Nostromia does have to worry. I wonder if we'll see her play a little bit safer this game. And then I also wonder if that's just going to lead to some infighting, right, between Tam, Misaza, and Winter, right? Meoasis certainly doesn't want Tam to get on the board. And you made the good point in the previous match that they should just, kind of try to prevent anyone from catching up to them. So, yeah, our players are going to go into this game with heightened awareness about that, heightened awareness about the point system, and I think we're going to see treason popped a lot more often just because of that. Hopefully, players will be thinking about who they need to snipe, who they can go after, and how they can put themselves on the board. Because I would love to see. I'd love to see some players really come out swinging in this last match.
Exactly. I think the competitiveness now kicks in. But guys, while we're setting up this final game, Artemis, I want you to take over the conversation and tell us a little bit about why you're supporting women in gaming. What is the whole initiative? Tell us more.
You know what? Thank you so much, Whamen. I really appreciate that. I work with leaders, different kinds of leaders in the nonprofit space, leaders in the political space, leaders in the business world, and I oftentimes have the privilege of working with women and helping them grow their companies, helping them grow their organizations, helping them raise money for their political causes, and this all takes strategic thinking. There's a lot of a lot of brinksmanship, a lot of improvisation, and I love to see competitiveness and kinds of lateral thinking in gameplay. And I think Age of Empires is an excellent expression of that kind of thoughtfulness, because you can do you can play in a lot of different styles that are very, very viable. And so seeing the creativity of these players, finding ways to encourage women to get into the gaming space and to, play games, especially like Age of Empires, which I think really allow you to, in a competitive arena, give a range of expression. And I love that I was able to support this tournament because you do such an excellent job at creating a space for women. You have created an amazing competitive scene. You know, I've seen it firsthand. I've seen people who have been in your Whamenqts get together, practice, play together. I've seen what you've created here become a real community, and I'm honored to be a small part of helping to sponsor this, because I think what you're doing is really important, a really important space, and really gives a lot of players that ability to express their gameplay.
All right, Diana, we really appreciate any of the support that comes out from people in the community, especially for these specifically requested tournaments, right? So if you're like, I want to support women, we're like, all right, let's support women. Let's get it going. Because I know it's a very hard field to just say, hey, I want to grow people who don't always have the opportunities. So thank you so much for doing that and jumping in and being part of it. It's great.
And thank you, seriously, because I'll tell you, I was part of an unnamed organization, and we legitimately considered what would it look like to host a women's tournament, and sort of thought, we're not sure if this would really be possible. But Whamen, you went out and you did it, and you created an amazing tournament, you created an amazing league, and now these events are continuing to happen with more viewership than before. You're raising excellent prize pools and getting sponsorships. The scene is so much better for what you're doing, and for the different groups of people that you're able to bring in. It's like you said, we do have we have regional tournaments, we have tournaments for different groups of people, and just it's important to have these little estuaries where people can grow in their talent, because it's just like you said, we've watched these players improve a lot. I mean, look at the way that Aces played last game. That was incredible, And you talked about seeing her on her stream when she was like, in gold, and then all of a sudden here we are talking about how she can win it all. So I have loved to see the development. I've loved to see the community, and so for me, having the opportunity to support the growth in that community has been really, really wonderful. And so thank you, Whamen.
Well, and guys, and there you have it. This is the most important thing for us, to just grow people who are not necessarily given the same opportunities as everyone at the top. Now, I want to semi-announce something off of that. Well, guys, keep in mind, tomorrow we'll do the 1v1s. There's going to be a 1v1, which is going to be quite competitive, which has the scariest of the scary women out there in that event. And then next year, we were going to start doing it this year. We're going to be doing weekly events that is very similar to the idea of what they used to do in StarCraft, where you have weekly events where you get points and you qualify into a main event for money. Now, the point of that is not to get Marine Lord to come and win every week, but it's to encourage people to play 1v1s. Because right now in Age of Empires, there are no 1v1 tournaments announced. We have the Outback Octagon, and we do have the EGC's team event happening later this year. But after that, nobody knows. So the tournament organizers know, but nobody outside that knows. So don't worry, guys. AoE is very much alive. But we want to make sure to get those people who are not in the top 4 the opportunity to get practice games, the opportunity to grind against others to still gain that ATR that they need. The event that you guys are going to see tomorrow is also going to include that. The female players who are playing, they're playing for ATR, which is tournament points, which allows their seeding to be a little bit different in these events. So now, guys, there's still going to be a lot more. And next year, in collaboration with SteelSeries, because they're giving us another deal for next year as well, we're going to be doing something even bigger and better next year that we'll talk about. But we're also going to cater specifically with another sponsor to the smaller groups, because we know that there's a lot of semi-pro players who need that extra $50, that extra $100 that they can get from a cup or a show match to sustain themselves. Because not all of us live in America. We actually have very cheap rent. Artemis, I don't know what you pay, but my rent is like 250 euros a month, or like $260, $70. And I live in a 2.5 bedroom apartment. It's kind of nice.
That's what my parking spot costs.
Yeah.
You don't want to know. But absolutely, you know, like you said, having those events for where people can compete, because, and I know we need to get into our next game, but
Yeah.
I will say this. Playing in those competitive settings is it's thrilling. It's a lot of fun, and it gives you practice. It's not just the ATR points, it's also being in that space and you know, being more comfortable there. And so we will be able to see those players thrive, I hope, in our next and future events. But I do know that we need to get into our next game, and I'm very, very excited because we have talked about a lot of possibilities from our players.
Oh, yes, we have. But guys, we do need to say that Meoasis did have to step out for this last one. She did inform us in advance. We wanted to make sure to start today a little bit earlier because of the Australians and the people who have to step out pretty early on, because Saturdays are still working days for some people. Now, show points will remain the same, but this means that the fight is going to be even tighter. This means Rabbit Sweet needs to eliminate everyone. And she can still make it, because I made a calculation error. 1.5 points per kill. She can do this, but it's going to be tight. I'm so excited for it. Rabbit Sweet needs to take the win here, and she needs to do it in a commanding fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a final game of FFAs.
And we already see kings close to each other. Do you want to introduce our players as we see town centers drop down?
I am just feeling anxiety about this. It doesn't look like anyone is far away. Nostromia, the queen of Whamen's tournaments, she is just destroying every single event we have. There's no stopping this woman. She just keeps winning and winning and winning. Nostromia being a Russian player who's absolutely destroying people and not sure about her TC placement yet. She has made up her mind. Then we have Mizaza, who's also a well-renowned English player. She participating in the first Women's Cup. I remember she was very upset that everybody banned her English, but now she gets to pick it and play it and show what she's made of. Tamron the Terrible, not terrible at the game, but definitely someone who is very scared of moving out of her base to attack. So this game, I'm hoping to see a little bit of aggression from Tam, because she needs to show that she is not a woman to be messed with. Because guys, I've met her in real life, and she's very scary. So then Winter Snow changing it up. The first lady who's switching. Wait. She was playing Roos, but what did she play in the first? I think she switched by now. Apparently, Roos was the answer.
She played Roos last game when she was purple.
Yeah, but the game before that, she's the only one who changed serves. Sneaky.
Interesting.
People
I wonder
just
if that's... I wonder why. But, okay, we should talk about our spawns. Okay, we have our red player all the way up in the north with the giant wood line there. Winter... is just to her south. I think perhaps with the most unfortunate position here, but that remains to be seen. She did get her town center down nice and early. From what I can tell, to the west, Misaza is the only one who has noticed the giant pond here. Oh, no, she's not. Nostromia is also on water as well. My mistake. That dock still functions despite being underwater, but we are going to have two players fighting over that water, so it actually could be the case that I think that ends up meaning that Nostromia and Misaza have their aggression directed towards each other, which could give Winter an opportunity. And then, of course, we also have Tam, who you said is who sometimes more passive, but is in a relatively, I think, a nice resource-rich location, but not too far from other players where they could make some moves. For example, if Nostromia were to move out of her base, I would love to see Tam maybe take advantage of that opportunity. Some things we mentioned in the pre-game lobby about our red player is that if they are extremely aggressive, getting 1.5 kills per king, they actually can win this. Even though there are only 4 other players, they could catch up. But they are very far away from Nostromia this time. And in the last game, they used that proximity very, very well. And now I'm wondering if their position will actually hamper their ability to fight the strongest player in the game early, fight one of the other strongest players in the game early, and perhaps that could mean that she can't get the points that she needs. So what is she going to do? She might have to do something different, maybe go for a more mobile composition, maybe be more aggressive against Winter, maybe look to take out other players just sooner before Nostromia can get online. I'm not sure what her response is going to be, but she certainly knows that she needs those points.
The problem is, initially I thought the spawn was pretty decent, but I think now that we know, hey, this is actually a problem in the late game. We're actually going to struggle, or late game. In the early game, there's going to be no aggression from her side. This is going to make it a little bit tough. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if she also got an extra prelate here just to inspire these these gold villagers. And just make sure that she has as much control over these as possible. Get to Castle Age, get another burger, and start mowing down everyone around you. Because that's the way she's going to get to the top.
Yeah, her only answer is just aggression. It has to be, because she wants that number. She wants that number 1 spot. I mean, her number 2 spot is I don't want to say secure for sure, because it may not be if if we were to see some extremely incredible gameplay out of Misaza, but I'm not counting anyone out. I know Misaza. I have played with her. She has improved a lot since the last Whamenqt, and she is in a position where she could actually end up finding herself fighting Nostromia early. So who knows what might come out of that battle. Tam going for the early military school. I don't know if I love that, but okay.
No, I don't like this in an FFA. I feel like in an FFA, you don't, at least she hasn't gotten that pressure she needed from the military school. The military school's goal, it is to put pressure on your opponent. But these spearmen haven't been able to do any of that, because in an FFA, you're going to place your TC next to all the resources you need. So these spearmen will just stay in your base and not really give you the value that you need just yet. I think getting a faster feudal and a faster castle would just allow you to snowball so much quicker, because your goal needs to be great bombards. And I just haven't seen that many. I think I've seen 2 out of Tamarin so far.
Yeah, the number of great bombards has been higher than the number of great bombards that have fired, which is unfortunate for us, the viewers. So hopefully we'll see Tam get some of those units out. I definitely agree with you about the military school, because those spearmen are just sitting there, right? They're not really getting any value, and like, what, that's 30% of a town center. And I mean, I may be a town center enjoyer, but nevertheless, in a free-for-all in this situation, I think you want to either boom or get up to castle as quickly as possible.
Of course. And even getting an extra town... Oh, I love that idea of just getting extra town centers too. Yeah, no, the military school, I think, is very important if you're playing against night civilizations. Anything that will be inside of your base very quickly. But there's no such thing around her, unless she wants to go for those early snowbally kills as well. But now, we do see here with the HRE, she is actually getting quite a bit of wood. Now, I don't know what the plan is here, and I'm a little bit concerned about that. I might just be scared for no reason, but we are getting wood, and I don't know if it's to get a burger, to make sure that I have enough for a blacksmith, to ensure I can farm transition to sustain a burger. but I'm wondering. She did pull off a few after she got just enough. So we'll see what happens out of there. She does get the wheelbarrow as well. Got that... What is that thing called again? The... There we go. Survival techniques. That's the word. Ha! Does get survival techniques early for the deer.
Yeah, she does only have that one deer pack, but she has a lot of wood. So I think you could be correct about her looking to make that farm transition. But, you know, like you said, that is going to slow things down. Now, I do see Misaza's king moving towards the water. Is she looking to put her king in a transport ship?
It looks to be the case. Imagine she puts him over there. A military... This would be so dangerous.
I love the late game shenanigans. I love the shenanigans of like, okay, king, transport ship, 200 pop on water. Like, you know, you just do ridiculous things. There's no little island there you can place a landmark. So I actually think that this could be dangerous for Misaza because if Nostromia pops treason, she can just make 3 demos and take out the king.
If you pop treason, you would see the king is in the transport ship, and that's when the shenanigans begin, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So that could be a dangerous situation. We actually do see Winter going for a little bit of night harass. I like that. Gonna keep Misaza in check.
And just like that, I was wrong. I was like, hey, maybe if you're playing against a night civilization, which none of these are gonna be, and then there's a night. So this was just karma for not knowing these things from the get-go. Oh, we do see the Regnus Cathedral coming out. Okay. So this is now going to be quite tough. Because, yes, you're going to get it in the lead pretty quickly. Sure. But then what? You need to find a way to kill them. But with the wood that she got, she should be able to make... Oh, we see a farm there already. But I was going to say production building and start building. But now with the blacksmith here, we're going to get upgrades. And let's see if the Castle Age aggression is going to begin. Now, Winter Snow, on the other hand, though, she is not really macroing up to Castle. She's just making units. And I don't know if this is just to be aggressive. And that is the case. Going straight for Misaza.
Oh, there we go. Winter going in. Actually could end up killing a decent number of vills here. Now, mind you, Misaza is on water as well, so she is, you know, scaling economically, and this could set Winter and Misaza back. But again, we haven't really seen our red player going for the same level of aggression. Winter going to drop rams, actually. Okay, so I think really committing to this aggression, which I love to see. She wants to see herself on the board. She knows that she can get on the board, which is going to put her in a really great spot if she can actually get this kill. But if she's not in Castle, she won't know where the king is. I realize that she can just kill the landmarks.
That would be a good idea.
But if she knew where that king was, you could really sneakily take out that king. I want to go back to the Regnitz pick just really quickly. What does that really get you? I mean, okay, as I say that, she's gonna go down. I was gonna say I was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 relics are all to the south, but it looks like she'll definitely secure at least 3. So it's gonna be worth it. But I could definitely see Winter denying these with knights if she was scouting. But I think that she's just going to be focused on her fight with Misaza. And that actually could end up leaving Nostromia to boom, which could be dangerous.
And I mean, that's exactly what she's done, right? You can see with 3 TCs, she is living a good life. She's not putting any pressure on the water because she knows I don't need to poke this bear. Let the bear farm. She's not attacking my ships. This might just be like, hey, I'm not going to poke the bear. I don't want to fight. I just want to boom and destroy. And that could be exactly what she's planning. Now she's making a lot of units as well. Oh, I see a lot. But there are camel archers here. And camel archers, we know how good those are. And we don't see that much coming out of HRE just yet. But the knights have been opened up. And that is going to start being very, very annoying.
Yeah, defense coming in. Knights are going to go down. I wonder if those are just to escort the relics, or if she is going to try to attack Tam. We do see Nostromia trying to wall in her relics because she knows that she can't get them yet. But yeah, Red gonna be much more aware of what Tam is doing and sending some knights down. But it could. I wonder if that knight's gonna go harass the food. Nope, it's just gonna protect the relic.
And this is just one of those where we see a little bit of a protection around these bad boys to make sure that we have extra gold to out-sustain this killer Nostromia in our way. Anatan, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, guys. We're in our final round here for the Whamen-At-Arms Cup for FFA. We have our last 5 players standing here, trying to see how much damage they can do to end this game off. And right now, Winter Snow needs to get a kill. Otherwise, she is not going to be on this board. And we see the villagers getting pulled, trying to burn the ramps, because they know that once they get to that TC, although there's no king.
Yeah, Winter's doing a great job if she's trying to get herself on the board here. Ram's in the base. You know, she is keeping the Ville's garrison. She looks like she has the army advantage. I know the king is not here. Misaza's king is in a transport ship all the way on the west side of the lake, but both her landmarks are in her base and can be rammed down here. So, I guess I'm predicting we are going to see Winter take down Misaza here, but what I'm worried about is seeing Winter collect that population. That's what we might not see. Misaza may be able to kill this ram, which would let her hold, but taking a lot of villager damage. Actually looks like she may hold with that English town center for now. Winter needing to pull back.
Oh, and Rabbit Sweet hitting Imperial already. Now, this is 15 minutes, a little bit late for her. Wasn't the other one 12 minutes? Embarrassing.
I've seen like free-for-all strategies where you almost build your Imperial landmark and then you just kind of wait until you're collecting the rest of your other upgrades, right? And then you can kind of tap it, because as soon as the Imperial sign pops, right, people will know, oh, you don't have an army. And if you're near someone, right, like Winter, who does have army, and you have been scouting her, and she has been, so she knows that Winter could turn her army against her, and is not going to want to take any chances. And even with a player who she may not see as a threat, doesn't want to leave herself vulnerable.
Now, what we want to see, or what we're hoping to see, is Rabbit Sweet putting up a big fight and actually getting to a point where she can rival Nostromia. Now, Misaza cannot die to this if Rabbit Sweet wants those points, so she needs to start moving out. She is on the map, she's getting relics, but it's taking so long for her to actually boom and get there. Now, this is a very dangerous spot, because these guys can actually break down everything in this base. And that is going to be the elimination, which means that Rabbit Sweet won't be able to get the points she needs to get to the top. So, while she wins this game, it doesn't mean she wins the tournament just because of her needing a lot of points.
Yeah, I'm very glad that you reminded everyone that just joined us how, Rabbit Sweet is in contention to win this entire tournament, but they need to be careful. That is a very smart placement on the White Tower, I think.
That was the hurrah for her. This is the one thing you needed to not die right now. And she just doesn't want to give the kill to Winter Snow, because she knows if I die now, Winter Snow gets the point, and she places higher than I do.
And that also gives her king a place to run to when you off of the water, and it also gives her vision and the ability to probably lock down the water. It might pique the ire of Nostromia. But if Misaza is able to survive here, that would be incredible. Again, like you just said, sorry to skip right past that point. If Misaza goes down to Winter Snow, she would change in placement, and so she definitely does not want that to happen. Now, she can't donate or anything like that, but she can keep herself alive, as she has been doing. And now we see Nostromia coming in and taking down all of these archers with the camels and the lancers, and oh, this is very challenging for Tam right now. I don't think she has the army up to defend against this. This push won't kill her outright, I don't think, but it will take out enough vills to seriously hamper her ability to be in this game, and making it very, very likely that Nostromia is going to be able to take that kill, which is a kill denied to red. Most importantly, every kill that Nostromia gets keeps her in that top position, and that's what she needs right now.
Yeah.
And
the problem is, I think Tamrin was not expecting this to be such an aggressive play here from Abbasid, knowing that Abbasid is on about 600 TCs here at the back. Thinking like, hey, I can also go for those TCs, but in actual fact, you going for those TCs is a lot more expensive than it is for Abbasid on Eco Wing, as we now know. Now, Tamrin, being in a lot of danger here, is very likely to get eliminated. Like you said, a kill denied from red, but also an extra point for Nostromia, securing that first spot for her, no matter what. And we just see Rabbit Sweet living her best life, doing what HRE does, and I'm not sure what her plan is here. Is she just clicked the button, trying to see where the kings are, and I think this is now when she realizes, hey, TikTok. Oh, the king is about to pop out. Gonna go find a king for herself, though. But Tam trying to repair this TC as hard as she can. The village is going down. She is down to 45 population on 3 TC. King goes down. Tam goes down. And next victim on the map is going to be our blue player. Winter Snow, the aggressive Rus. Now, what I'm seeing here on the map is just a little bit too much pressure for these gremlins to handle. Now, this can definitely be something that is hard to handle at this point, especially when you're a Rus player with idle economy such as this. Now, that's exactly what I expect. This is exactly what I expect from an HRE player in Imperial, just to go over them 2-2. So
Winter only has one more landmark remaining. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Oh no! I thought you were AFK, so I was like, oh no, she's not here.
No, I'm right here. But Winter with one landmark, I don't think that she has the ability to go up to Castle. She has vills elsewhere, but I don't think that she could rush anything up. Instead, those rams are gonna go down. But we see some quick walls coming up from Misaza, but not fast enough. Nostromia did sneak those vills in because she definitely knows where the king is. All right, Rams are gonna take this town center down. We are going to see Winter fall, and that is unfortunate. They did a really, really good job. I think Winter knew what she needed to do. She played really well this game, and tried to make it competitive. There's her king. Okay.
So she does.
So the population will get picked up.
Yeah, she does get that extra population point, and now the kill as well. So while Rabbit Sweet picking up a very decent point, it's not going to be enough, because now I can just imagine Nostromia.
Oh, there it is. Like I said, we got to go back to the west, but that's not enough. Two demos are not enough unless she has the upgrade. I know, because I tried to do this the other day. I tried to do this in a free-for-all the other day.
Oh, the third one is coming.
Oh, okay, the third one's coming. Whew. Okay.
The fourth one.
Okay, the fourth one is coming. Oh my god, I was gonna panic. I was gonna say, the fifth one is coming. You needed all five. All five were required.
And the problem now is, I don't know if Nostromia got the pop space for that king.
The king will spawn on land somewhere. Somewhere on land adjacent, like, yeah, you have to like scan the coastline a little bit. And so he's somewhere there.
Instantly.
And it can be bugged. I had a Carrack be created beneath the map in an alternate dimension. I won't talk about that now, but it does bug sometimes with kings in transport ships, so it's possible that he's not there. But what's typically supposed to happen is the king will spawn on a nearby shoreline, and you can get that 50 population when you kill him. But you are right; she may not have received it, which could end up being a factor in this game. I mean, regardless of, I know that we may know the tournament outcome, but these are still our top 2 players who are going to be going right at each other in a 1v1 head-to-head. So it is going to be fully heated, full tilt, and they both want this victory.
Yeah, and we now see that king has not repopped anywhere, unfortunately. So there's no even like a late pickup for her. There's just a big fight with a very even population. So unfortunately, Rabbit Sweet has a very strong army, and I don't know if Nostromia is ready for this, but we can both see that these are not easy things to handle. This is a keep with now soon to be a bombard emplacement. No boiling oil yet, but a bombard should do the trick. The bombard itself here is standing ready, and the rams looking for some damage as well. But now the question is she going to be able to actually break through this type of defense, especially when we know that Ghulams can take quite a beating? The thing is, elite men-at-arms, they do really well against Ghulams.
See, these players, I want to point this out. You asked me earlier, like, Artemis, what is the mindset that you go into with free-for-alls? And I think what would be really annoying to another player, and that's what I would like to see these two do right now, right? I'd like to see just actual stone walls and then surrounded by palisades, and then you build Nostromia, you build the you build the mangonels, and inside the walls with your spearmen, and you can really just make an impenetrable defense here. Do we have, how many sacred sites are there on this map? 3. Okay, and 1 is very safely in Nostromia's base. Okay, I almost had a moment there, but we are going to see a big fight. Big shots coming out of the mangonels, enough to do a ton of damage to the men-at-arms. Another shot is going to go off.
And it just doesn't look like the hand cannoneers were placed in the right position. The mangonels, hand cannoneers were at the front line, and they were able to get taken down so quickly. This ram hammering away at that keep, and might actually be
Mangonel's going to fire at the Vills.
And they get
so many go down.
Now, unfortunately, Rabbit Sweet not putting her units in the right position here, and that costing her the majority of this keep, and might even cost her the game now, because Nostromia is looking to push this out. She says, I did not like what just happened on water, but I'm gonna win anyway.
She is out for blood. She knows that she has a military advantage right now. She knows that she's killing a lot of eco, and that she's fine at home. Could be fishing if she wanted to. I don't think that she is, but I don't think that she needs to. She's fine on food, and she needs to continue to press the attack right now. Start sending those units in and harassing that harass that eco and start to punch through. The quick walls are coming up. She knows this is about to be a defense, and so I wonder what we are going to see here. I think we need to see, high ground culverins and mangonels and a lot of siege if Red is going to be able to hold this. It's going to take a big fight swinging in their direction in order to bring them back into this game, I think.
Yeah, the problem is, I think the farming eco has just been blocked here as well from the forest itself, from the mountainous choice. And look at these villagers running all the way to China and back to try get their resources home. And it just doesn't feel like she has the right units to actually take this down. So these camels doing amazing, but we can see so many unspent resources. She's just not sure what to make. But the control here from Nostromia is just showing exactly why she's the best female player in Age of Empires right now. She is absolutely obliterating anyone who comes into her way. We see the Mangonel control perfectly always on top of these ranged units that are so susceptible. Ooh, apparently English is a really hard language.
Challenging as this push is, the the mangonels, that ram is going to be able to come in. Culverin is a great attempt here. I do see the Culverin, I do see the mangonels from red. Red is doing what they need to do, but it is not going to be enough. Nostromia is in a commanding position here, knocking on the door. Doesn't even need to worry about the eco out here, which they could very easily dispatch with as soon as they are aware of it. But Nostromia instead going to be using the Gulams, dropping more rams. I do love the defense out of red, though. If I see those hand cannons on the walls, I love that. There it is. That's the right thing to do.
It does give them extra range as well. Oh my goodness, this is exactly what I wanted to see.
Gotta put them on the walls, girl. Get them back on the walls.
Now, with them being over there, they should have those extra range, but now, oh, everyone's on the ground. They do not get that range. The boys are through. We see the Culverin firing away at some units. Not target firing yet.
Oh, we need quick walls. We need quick walls for these Culverins. We need... Okay. Actually, in a decent choke point, and then the Culverin is able to attack the anti-siege. Culverin gonna get one more shot off. Culverin gonna go down. We now have Nostromia likely to win the siege war as 3 more bombards come in, and it does not look good for our red player. The hand cannons are still alive, though. That is the most crucial mass. Dodging the mangonel shots. That was an excellent dodge, but 3 more shots coming in. Dodge. Wow. Okay. Still doing great. Their own mangonel is going to get sniped, and then another mangonel is going to get sniped as it is produced, playing it very, very dangerously with these hand cannons. These hand cannons are the most important units. They are the only thing left, and now they are gone. And that was a giant shot out of our... Oh, and GG is called. Well played to both of our players, and well played to Nostromia, who was dominant in this game.
Nostromia, again, coming out on top. She's won 3 of these now. She does not care about any of these other plays that the women have in store. Nostromia says, I'm the champion. Get out of here.
She has dispatched with her competition decisively, and with just incredible gameplay, incredible control, displaying both the ability to macro and to micro, and to just perform in those fights. But we need to talk about how Rabbit Sweet did an incredible job. Their performance was also amazing. We saw them play in a beautiful game, and let's not forget about Meoasis, who took a very, very challenging spawn into being, into being a even pop 1v1 with one of the best players in this match. We have seen some incredible, interesting games. We've seen some awesome gameplay from these ladies, and that is why we support women in gaming, right, women?
Exactly. We need to make sure that we get these women. Well, now clearly we can see the divide here. Like Nostromia and Rabbit Sweet. These 2 have played the most tournaments out of all the female gamers in our community, and they're destructive, absolutely. And the best part is what I love about them is they've played with people like Louis and Marine Lord, and I know Nostromia also played with Beastie, and I think Rabbit Sweet also played a game with Beastie. Whenever they played those, the pro players didn't feel like they were weighing them down, like we usually feel like when you play with your friends, right? They felt like these were teammates that I can just help and guide into victory. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing here. They're learning and seeing what people do at the top ranks and being quite dominating in the female leagues itself. So yes.
Yeah. Absolutely, we do see them pulling away in the female leagues just like that. But you know what? I really also have to say, because I know these players, and I know that we saw Tam take advantage of their position, really, really well, and try to adapt, between games. Let me tell you, Misaza and Winter, these are players who I've played with before, and I think I've seen them play as well as, and I've seen them play incredibly well, but I've also seen just great demonstrations of their strengths today. Misaza doing a really great job harassing, being everywhere, doing a lot of great control that didn't lead to those kills, right?
Yeah.
And then I also want to shout out Winter for in that last game, she knew how to get on the board and what she needed to do, and it did need to be risky, and it did not pay off in this situation, right? But aggression was what we wanted to see, and that's what she gave us because she knew that that's what she needed to do to win. So I really have to give a lot of credit to these women because I have loved seeing them all evolve as gamers.
Oh yeah, for sure. They definitely have grown so much, and I hope to see more of these names pop up. Guys, thank you for joining today, and tomorrow we'll have Artemis back here once she's knocked out of 1v1s. And we'll talk a little bit more about the future plans, but thank you all for joining, and I'm really glad that everyone has popped in here. I know it's Red Bull soon, so guys, enjoy Red Bull. It's almost gonna be time. And we'll see you guys in the morning tomorrow, I guess, or in the afternoon for me, 2 p.m.
Join us tomorrow. Yes.
Yes, that's great.
And yet your time zone.
If you just have to wake up for this one, all right?
I promise.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you next time, and yes. Until the next one, guys. See you tomorrow.
Bounty.